So, who votes Tory? It's tempting to answer this question with the simple statement, it depends on your bank account. It's tempting because that will have a degree of truth to it, even though it's oversimplistic in the extreme. The fuller your wallet, the better your credit, the bigger your wage packet, the greater the chance you'll vote Tory. Now, I'm not going to express those odds like a bookie running a slate on Derby Day, but it's worthy of thought. Undoubtedly, the reasons behind anybody voting Tory must be complex. From my point of view, perhaps they're not even reasons, but more reactions. I say reactions because the Tories are historically a reactionary party. They're the sort of party that reacts to a failing health service by readying it for privatisation. The Tories react to rising violence on our streets by returning policing to where it was before they viciously cut blue light services. Tories react to homelessness by building more penthouses and less social housing. Their reactions always benefit the powerful while hurting the weakest. Their reactions also get them noticed in the news. Here is a party trying to say more and more extreme things to appeal to the fascists of the far right. So I guess a lot of what I would call the knee-jerk brigade will be voting Tory. Now, it's easy to characterise these people as angry from sodding Chipberry, choking on his G&T and having an aneurysm at the sight of Greta Thunberg on his beloved BBC. It's correct to characterise them as the MP who slammed a female climate protester up against a pillar at a black-tie dinner in the City of London because he thought she had a weapon. Yes, that's easy. It's also visceral. It's visual. It shows that Tory voters may well have a propensity towards violence. Tory voters will also predominate amongst those who accept a very simplistic economic narrative. The Tory voter will be quite happy to see running the nation's budget just like running their household accounts. They will readily accept that if, as a householder, they had to cut back on a few luxuries, well, say just one holiday abroad this year and not two, then they would forego the luxuries to save money. Of course, there is little or no similarity between managing the deficit and keeping within your credit limit or your credit card limit. Every honest chancellor would accept that a nation has access to resources and revenue far beyond that of a single individual. So very likely those who accept this simplified explanation for austerity will be voting Tory. Of course, they'll see their wages falling, they'll see their pensions worth less and less in their retirement, but they'll meekly accept that there is no magic money tree, even when that money tree has twice been used to pay off the DUP. Now, another group voting Tory will be the racists who always tell you, I'm not a racist, but it's like me saying to them, I'm not a plastic surgeon, but I'll still give you a facelift if you stand still long enough. These will be the kind of people who honestly believe that their community has disintegrated, their local shops have shut, their libraries are closing, that new school is not being built because of all those migrants coming over to the UK. These will often be the very polite middle class types, and they never use offensive racist language, but they'd rather blame somebody else for those things than the government not investing in local communities and instead throwing money at the throwing taxpayers' money at billionaires. They won't be the ones making burning effigies of Grenfell Tower, but they'll love the simplicity of blaming their awful lives on a group of people they can scapegoat. Another significant type of person who will vote Tory will of course be the active racist. Not just the hangover from Enoch Powell and the Rivers of Blood speech. While it's almost comforting to think that these people had died out long ago, with playing the national anthem at the end of a cinema performance, they live on into this modern day. They are the very people Doris is appealing to when he talks about pickaninnies with their watermelon smiles. These same people who will argue that the British race is being polluted and that we have a right to gollywogs back on our jam jars will pretty much certainly be Tory voters. In conclusion, who can be certain who will vote Tory? Many will never disclose their choice, fearing how that will make them appear to others. Yet still, the most worrying fact that remains is the power of the Tory-controlled media and the reactionary response it leads to from British people that will often be more than enough to gain votes for the Conservative and Unionist Party. That's as frightening now as it always has been, because he who controls the medium controls the message, and Madame Borissolini of the BBC has a very hateful message for us all.